Today we are drinking Brazilian coffee from Little Pal. It has a smooth caramel baker's chocolate. This is a coffee company from another small guy in the folk punk scene. It's not related to Utah at all, but it's just a cool thing.
Ever since I was a little kid, my dad has just been listening to punk bands like Alkaline Trio, MXPX, and Bad Brains, Bad Religion, all that type of stuff. And that led me towards just discovering my own bands. There's a surprising wide variety of just all kinds of people and music that is involved with the Salt Lake scene, or just the Utah scene in general. The more punk side of things, there used to be this venue called Loathing Clothing, and it was just a print shop that this old lady ran out in some industrial area of Salt Lake City. Pretty sketchy to get to, but it was one of my favorite venues of all time. I've met so many interesting and crazy people, people I met out there I would have never imagined even talking to. There was this other music venue called Soda Boba. That was where everyone I know started going to shows. They introduced a scene to a ton of kids, and it was an amazing place. The whole music scene, I feel is trying to go against the grain, and I feel the whole Utah local music scene is just so massive and so opinionated, because it's just a bunch of kids who were raised Mormon trying to rebel against their Mormon parents, and that just led to what we have now. Every day I feel I see a new band pop up that I have not ever heard of that just started. Or whenever I'm at a show, I always see new faces. I've never been at a show where there hasn't been a new person there. I feel the scene is just a great place for people to find themselves and express themselves. There's a bunch of good venues up here in Ogden, Black Lung Society and the Boiler Room. Our friend's band always does shows up at the Boiler Room and up in the Ogden area. Sunny Day Soap Opera. They just came out with a new album, which is probably my favorite album of the year, and I would rather listen to their music than most mainstream stuff, just because I feel I have a more personal connection to some music made in Salt Lake rather than in a studio in Hollywood or something. I love the DIY aspect of everything. Almost all bands do everything themselves. They book shows themselves, they make merch themselves, and if they're not making merch themselves, they ask a friend to make it for them. They don't ask some company to make some shirts or merch. If I were to summarize the scene, it would just be a bunch of troubled people, or just normal people just trying to survive in this hard world while also helping others. The scene is just a really good way to support other people in your local area, not just with buying bands merch, but there's always some charity or just other thing that people are doing. Support local bands, and just, if you have never been to a local show, just try it once. Trust me, it could change your life.